looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So Florida Atlantic's offense will have the football first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinator coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Running behind that left side. Breaks into the open. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Owls line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on 3rd down.
Oh my God.
Completion on the outlet. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Man, they needed that one, and that took every bit of concentration by the wide receiver there. That was awesome. Big 3rd down. You got to make the catch, but you got to make sure you stay in bounds. He did a really good job of securing that and keeping the chains moving.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time. Passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Caught in the backfield. It's Penny. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
Such a great job by the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
It'll be 3rd and long. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. He won't get there. Bring up 4th down.
I have absolutely no problem with that call. 3rd and long, passing defense on the field. They sneak the option in. QB makes the right decision, and they chew up some yardage. And now they've given themselves an opportunity on 4th down to be able to go for it.
4th and 1, I think everybody in the stadium knew what was coming. It was going to be QB sneak, trying to get some push. Quarterback, see if you can find a crease. Pick up the first. Keep the drive alive.
The Owls look to keep this drive humming.
Here we go.
Wide receiver going in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Complete to the right. Out of bounds, right at the
Going
20-yard
stop.
line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score. Florida Atlantic going back to work
coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. The 11th play of this opening drive, they face a 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Florida Atlantic comes to the line on 1st and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep.
Oh my gosh.
Busted up in the backfield for a loss.
And the defense, man, playing aggressive, playing uphill, playing in the backfield. Nice job getting penetration, getting that pass before it really even gets started. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. Nice job by the defense.
Caught in the backfield, it's Daniels. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal.
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculated down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on 3rd down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup. Accurate throw, and they get paid.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Okay, ready? Unloads quickly.
Your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
can't make the grab on 3rd down, and that is a rare drop for this guy. Syracuse will be forced to punt. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with a 7-0 lead. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of
Very
game.
fast 4 seconds.
Delay of game, offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Pulls and fires complete. Pass to 45. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open open spaces in the defense just makes
Shit.
life...
Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. Going the other way, and he's got room.
Yeah, it's back.
The 10. And it's going.
It's just terrible.
Touchdown, Syracuse. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to do it.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Florida Atlantic trying to get back on the ball.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Caught behind the line. It's Daniels. Crosses the 42. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle.
Oh,
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
damn. No time.
As he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. After that tight 1st quarter, this 2nd period ought to be a lot of fun. Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Florida Atlantic has the offense humming. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Got some work to do on 2nd down after that last one. They need 13. Off play action. Moving away from pressure. Throwing right. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down.
This guy has a chance to bring home the high.
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play.
I'm so sure we had that.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Florida Atlantic will go to work with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's stepping outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it again. Got it!
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature, you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Baylor has the lead right now, but even though we've heard sick of a bunch, this has been a nip-and-tuck affair inside McLean Stadium. They're up by a field goal over UCLA. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
And out on that one, Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. To the air, it's Armour. Got his man out of the backfield. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll test the right side. Ball gives him a tough step off. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
Love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Makes a man miss.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing.
No, he cannot.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Touch pass on the line.
Good for
Starting
you.
to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of
quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Going to swing it on second down. He's going to throw deep right side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their third possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
And off from the shotgun. He did
Oh,
not
goodness.
make it a stone wall on third down.
And this defense steps up. They're losing. They need a play. Third and long, you're thinking pass. The offense actually tries to run the football, not
Yeah.
forcing the fourth down now, trying to get the football back.
Florida Atlantic tries to move the chains on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. They make the stop with the sweet throw and catch. Plenty to give him a first down.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's fourth down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down distance like that, comes up with a huge first down.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
And the Owls have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Second down coming up. Looking to fire. He uncorks a bullet to the right. Over to the sideline. It's complete, and they've got a big play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Wants to adjust the pattern. Snap in the shotgun. On a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. They'll go to the air on second and short. Forced out of the pocket. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack. You avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Complete out of the
That
backfield.
was terrible.
We got a timeout here late in the first half,
Yes,
and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So they've got the lead. They can make it a 2-score game with a chip shot field goal, but instead the offense is out there on fourth down. Wants to go up top.
Goodness gracious. This is good. That was fun.
Take it off the board and back it up. This penalty will wipe away the touchdown. And they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He gets it up to the 35 before he's guided out of bounds. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum.
Intercepted for the 11th time.
Dude.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass. And that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking down the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Owls trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Quarterback making adjustments. Takes a snap, wants to throw.
Shit.
And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Here we go. They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Safe completion on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And they'll push that lead down a little further. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And he won't quite make it back to the 20-yard line as he goes out of bounds at the 19. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can improve. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the 2nd half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the 1st half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
In this defense, we know they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
He's got him. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The defense going to stop the clock for the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Orange will have to punt. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practice this all week long. Now you're in that situation. Go out there and have some fun and let it fly.
And defenses are taught to stay deep, play prevent in these situations. So I think you could get a good chunk play and then possibly get a field goal to tack on before the half.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Passes incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. From the gun, wants to pass. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. They'll use a timeout
get in the
right
end zone
before
with this
halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. To the air on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. They make the stop, but man, oh man, did he almost get a score.
I'm so happy about it. It's short.
A big game. That's going to wrap up the first half. Here now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, looks like we've got a great
Sucks.
atmosphere today in Boca Raton.
Ball for 2 minutes.
Florida Atlantic about to boot it away and get this second half underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football palm out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision, and they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
This is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Damn it.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative side.
Wide open spaces. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
And that is such great execution by this offense. Third down and 2. They know you're running the football, but they were physical. Great job creating a little bit of space. Not only do you get the first down, you chew up a bunch more yards too. Nice execution by this offense.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Yeah. Interception. Sack. Good job.
Predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly.
Let's go faster.
Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Oh, he's got it. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires downfield. Complete to the right. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. Wow, already up to 250 catches for his career.
That's a lot of catches. How about the consistency of this young man, the durability, the toughness? He's got all those characteristics, Paul.
250 catches is impressive, too, because every week the defense knows they're trying to get this guy the ball.
inside the 10. Here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
They're going to ride this running back.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Dropping back, it's Armour. Fires to the big fella. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Syracuse lines up on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. That's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get in the perimeter, run up the middle.
Wow, what a catch.
More than enough for a first down.
Wow.
Once he got some room, it was over.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. And after that last score, this is just a two-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, I know everyone expected this guy to put up big numbers, but I don't know if anyone thought he could go for over 2,000 receiving yards on the year, but he did with that last catch. Wow.
Back to pass. Sets up the screen. He breaks the tackle. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to go up top on first down. He's going to let it go.
Oh, dude.
That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. He just weren't able to come down with that one.
Fucking hell.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Gonna take a shot.
Dude,
And this is dropped.
he fucking beat. Big time. Why Such a terrible throw. Throw it out in front of him.
Great pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hauls it in. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Owls are in the hurry-up.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Fast.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Getting deep in the third quarter, minute and a half to go here. Leaves it with the running back. There he goes. Lowers those pads. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key.
He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Yes.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. Found his open target. Accurate throw. And 2 plays through the air. And they've got 6 points on the board.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Wide receiver comes in motion. From the gun, the running back has it.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative.
And that defense gets to him and down he goes at the 9.
Defense came on with fresh legs, and here on just the second play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Unloads to the right. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds incomplete.
Great job by this defense. They started the drive with the offense backed up, in the shadow of their own end zone. Nice job being aggressive, keeping them there, and now they're going to have a chance to flip the field and really give their offense good field position.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Quick pass on the jet motion. Find some fresh air. Breaks it wide open. And they
Slow
make
me
the
down
tackle,
just a
not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So first down will open up the final period. Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. He gets across the 20 and
football and receiving yards for a reason. They're going to find him because he's always open, making plays. This dude has been unbelievable. He's being mentioned in the Heisman conversation. That is really hard to do as a wide receiver, so that shows you what kind of special year this young man's had.
Across the claim to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Florida Atlantic comes to the line on 1st and goal. They'll try to pass their way in. And they takes it out for a score. They put up another score here in the 4th, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Off-play action on 1st down. Complete in the middle. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. They'll move the tight end. Now the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory.
Here's Lojan, 64 overall. Why is he playing?
Down at the 43-yard line.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
Now on 1st down from the 43. Out of the gun, they give to the back. Showing off the line. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. They believe in this running game, and they take it all the way down to the 25 before he goes out of bounds.
Get out of me.
Might as well give it to him again. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
They're working that left side. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom. Stick my foot in the ground, throw it, completion to my wide receiver.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another 1st down. Cricket. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Strads
Kind
got
of crazy. I didn't think that would happen coming into this football game. I didn't think we'd get in the fourth quarter and just call his name. This offense, man, he is a big play, dynamic weapon. They got to continue to get him the ball more because he can make enormous plays for your offense.
Syracuse needs to come up with a big third down play to keep the drive going. Looking to pass. It's Armour. He can't quite get there on the scramble. Dangerous with his feet, but this defense rises to the occasion and forces a fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Trying to keep the drive alive. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a rushing blow at this point in the game. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt him. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
And you want that clock to run. Turning it on! That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the fourth quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
You have a big lead in the fourth quarter. When you do that, the only explanation for it is you're trying to send a message by sticking in another touchdown.
Yeah, and saying, listen, it's your job to stop us, and right now we're eating you alive. So I think, you know, there's some psychological warfare, right? There's some, I'm going to get in your head.
What are you doing? It's 5-on-4. Hey, center. WTF are you doing?
Beat you on recruiting trail and in the future, and, you know, kind of take that and a little rub their nose in it.
Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. Trying play action. And they fail to pick up on third down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Okay, break.
Ding dong, it's back in the game. Why?
Back to throw. It's Armour. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over, thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
They'll run it.
Hello.
Get him, man. And a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one.
I'm not challenging.
So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. On the ready. The Orange trying to come up with an explosive way to convert this third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Rushes on him. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
And this is always the time in the game when coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you turn the football over. Like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a...
Fires toward the end zone. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That fourth down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
Finds a man on the right. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play. Able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the mark. He'll go out of bounds in the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. Florida Atlantic goes to work with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged out of the air. He'll get it down to the 31, and that's where he goes out of bounds. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football and let him make plays. And that's a good stop for
You tired? Why do you suck so bad?
And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but like, let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but like, let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Goes to the option. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here.
Got it.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got his man. They've got enough for the first down. They're in the red zone at the 20. Florida Atlantic gets to the line quickly. From the red zone, looking for a space. Lets it fly. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. This time on the target. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
And I tell you what, all this spread offense, man, it's really accentuated receivers and so many different shapes and sizes. But this guy, they're going to find him. They're going to find him early. They're going to find him often. He's made so many plays tonight.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone. They just keep allowing runs on the scoreboard.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
They want to run this quarterback. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
To the air, it's Armour. He wants a big play here late. He's picked off and he's thrown a dozen of them. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Florida Atlantic trying to line up quickly.
If you're going to be in the Heisman picture, you got to make plays week in, week out at receiver, and that's what he does. He's a good route runner. He's reliable, and he's got speed to take it to the house. Top 5 in the nation right now in receiving.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Unloads it downfield.
No, it's like freaking awesome.
And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's all about
You're like a
making
Prius.
plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this
Absolutely
team.
no
He gets
ball.
his first interception of the season, and what a
Did
momentum-changing
it hit?
play for his team.
No, it just sucks. As it did at the end. Several times I had a beat because we can't make it.
And here we go. Final play of the game right
You
here.
suck.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
To the air on 1st down. Bringing the heat. And that pass will be incomplete, and time has run out in this game. Well, this one had all the suspense of a dog hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter just an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents, start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
It's 26, 27. Some other one.